They play more sets. So it makes sense for them to say that. And it's actually more strategically, it makes a lot of sense. But for women,
Serena Williams, a name synonymous with strength and success, now faces one of her toughest matches yet. At 42, the tennis legend breaks her silence on a topic that many of her fans never expected: her divorce. Behind the accolades and victories lies a story of emotional turmoil and resilience. What led to this life-changing decision? And what does the future hold for her? Has her marriage really hit rock bottom? Join us as we dive into the raw reality of a champion facing her greatest challenge off the court. Serena Williams' marriage to Alexis Ohanian seemed like a dream come true, but things changed along the line, and rumors swelled. How did this all happen? Alexis was born on the 24th of April, 1983, and is an American internet entrepreneur and investor. He is best known as the co-founder and former executive chairman of the social media site Reddit, along with Steve Huffman and Aaron Swartz. He also co-founded the early-stage venture capital firm Initialized Capital, helped launch the travel search website Hipmunk, and started the social enterprise Breadpig. He was also a partner at Y Combinator. He was famously known as the internet's mayor. He stepped back from Reddit in February 2018 to focus on investing. On the 5th of June 2020, Ohanian resigned from Reddit's board, asking to be replaced by a black candidate in response to the murder of George Floyd. Days later, African-American entrepreneur Michael Seibel was named a Reddit board member. Serena and Alexis met for the first time in May 2015 over breakfast in Rome. The two were seated beside each other, a coincidence leading to their relationship. Although they did not get off on the right foot when they first encountered each other, Serena made the first move, asking Alexis to sit with her and her friends during breakfast. This gesture was quickly followed by an invite to watch her compete in the 2015 French Open. Alexis never had any interest in tennis before he met Serena. However, he showed up for the game and enjoyed it. Before the match, the athlete and internet entrepreneur explored Paris, marking their first official date. Alexis cheered her on from the game stands for the next few months. Serena appreciated his optimistic approach to life, and their first date involved simply walking around the City of Light with no destination, something the athlete who was always scheduled and always surrounded rarely got to do. Not long after that, they got engaged. Just a month after their engagement, Serena found out she was pregnant. After playing poorly during her first match of the year, the tennis star physically felt different, prompting her friend to suggest taking a pregnancy test. She took 5 pregnancy tests, and sure enough, it read positive. When she saw Alexis later, not a word was said, and instead, she handed him a paper bag of the positive pregnancy tests. On the 1st of September, 2017, the couple welcomed a daughter, Alexis Olympia Ohanian. Not only is she named after her father, but baby Olympia's initials, AO, also pay homage to Serena's 2017 Australian Open win, which she won while pregnant. The pregnancy was a surprise to Serena, who realized it would be difficult to push her body through the challenging phases of pregnancy and motherhood. The couple revealed on Jimmy Kimmel's show that they had opted to remain unaware of their first child's gender, but they both suspected that a baby girl was on the way, and they had suspected right. On Thursday, the 16th of November 2017, Serena Williams and Alexis Ohanian tied the knot before an intimate group of family and friends. The event happened at the Contemporary Arts Center in New Orleans, with a guest list that included Sister Venus Williams, Ciara, Lala Anthony, Beyoncé, Kim Kardashian, Tina and Richard Lawson, Eva Longoria, and Salida Ebanks. Also in attendance was Vogue editor-in-chief Anna Wintour, who was said to be getting exclusive pictures at the lavish event. Serena Williams has shared more details about her first daughter, Olympia, and the hobbies that are beginning to catch the fancy of the young child. At just 4 years of age, Olympia had already taken a liking to the piano. This might be a slight disappointment for the tennis star, who had already posted pictures of the adorable duo on Instagram, where they wore matching tennis clothes. In the interview with Jimmy, Serena disclosed that she had played the piano a lot during her pregnancy. She boasted about the child's musical abilities, saying, "She's teaching me. Like, I'm not even kidding. I have a baby Mozart, but of course every parent thinks they have like a baby Beethoven or whatever." Although Serena had told Norah O'Donnell that Olympia never really enjoyed playing tennis, Olympia enjoyed picking out outfits and telling her mom things to wear. She was growing to become a fashionista. Serena has expressed her disappointment with Olympia's lack of interest in the star's favorite sport. Regardless of Olympia's sports interests, she is already co-owner of the women's soccer team Angel City Football Club and the Los Angeles Golf Club. At the 2023 Met Gala, the tennis star announced that she and her husband were expecting their second child together. "I'm doing good now," Serena told Lala Anthony during the Vogue livestream. "I can breathe." This came after her announcement that she would completely retire from tennis. The tennis superstar confirmed the arrival of her second child, Adira River Ohanian, in August, and shared a sweet TikTok video in which she was holding her newborn. "Welcome, my beautiful angel," she captioned the clip. Adira's name was derived from the Hebrew vocabulary, which means mighty, strong, and majestic. It had become easier for the couple to navigate childbirth because it was no longer a first-time affair. Serena disclosed to People magazine that Olympia looked forward to having a sibling, and this was the baby sister she had always prayed for. Alexis Ohanian praised his wife for the birth of their second child, referring to her as the greatest mother of all time. This, of course, did not go unnoticed by fans. However, not long after these celebration-worthy milestones, it seemed like the romantic fairy tale everyone saw in Serena's marriage was beginning to fall apart. Did the couple eventually go their separate ways? What happened? And why has Serena decided to finally break the silence? Before we unveil these details, let's take a few steps back into Serena's early life. The unmatched legacy of a tennis icon. Like every success story, Serena Williams' story is full of self-determination and a hunger to be the best version of oneself. Serena Williams was born on the 26th of September 1981 in Saginaw, Michigan, to Oracene Price and Richard Williams. She is the youngest of Price's 5 daughters and has at least 7 paternal half-siblings. Serena and her sister Venus were homeschooled and coached by their parents. When Serena was 9, she and her family moved from Compton to West Palm Beach, Florida, so she could attend the tennis academy of Rick Macey, who provided her with additional coaching. By 1991, the Williams sisters were ranked number 1 among under 10 players in Florida. The year after, Richard stopped sending his daughters to national junior tennis tournaments because he wanted them to go slowly and focus on school. He also wanted to ensure they did not burn out before turning professional. Experiences of racism also influenced this decision. He disclosed hearing some white parents talking about his daughters in a derogatory manner during the tournaments. In 1995, when Serena was in the 9th grade, her father pulled his daughters out of Massey's academy and took over all coaching at home. His role in shaping the 2 sibling legends in tennis cannot be overstated. Unsurprisingly, the Williams sisters' biopic was named King Richard, based on the work their father put into making their careers. Serena Williams hints at this part of her life in the 2022 Vogue interview, saying, "Nowadays, so many parents say, 'Let your kids do what they want.' Well, that's not what got me where I am. I didn't rebel as a kid. I worked hard, and I followed the rules. I want to push Olympia, not in tennis, but whatever captures her interest." She mentions that as a young girl, she would see her mates out playing, and she had to report to the court every day, and that sacrifice helped her get better. She also disclosed that she was not very good at tennis when she was little. Her younger self felt sad that she could not get all her sister's early opportunities. She says, "It made me work harder, turning me into a savage fighter. I would travel to tournaments with Venus as her hitting partner, and if there were an open slot, I would play. I followed her around the world and watched her. When she lost, I understood why and ensured I wouldn't lose the same way." Although they say imitation is the greatest form of flattery, for Serena, imitation was her form of self-improvement. She disclosed that she became a better tennis player by observing her sister's wins and losses. Serena's parents initially wanted her to wait until she was 16 to participate in professional tournaments. In 1995, just after turning 14, she planned to make her professional debut as a wildcard entry in the Bank of the West Classic in Oakland, California. This was denied due to age eligibility restrictions. She subsequently filed an antitrust lawsuit against the Women's Tennis Association, but withdrew it at her parents' request. Her first professional event was in October 1995 at the Bell Challenge in Quebec, where she used a wildcard entry to circumvent age eligibility rules again. She lost in the first qualifying round to Annie Miller. By February 1991, Serena won her first professional singles title when she defeated Amélie Mauresmo in the final of the Open Gade de France in Paris. In March, Williams won her first WTA 1000 event at the Everett Cup in California, defeating Steffi Graf in the final. At the Miami Masters, Williams had her 16-match winning streak ended by her sister in the first all-sister singles final in WTA history. She returned to dominance with the 2012 Wimbledon Championships, claiming Olympic gold and completing the career Golden Slam in singles. She won 8 out of 13 singles majors, including all 4 in a row from 2014 to 2015, to achieve a second Serena Slam. By 2017, she was the only woman on Forbes' 100 list of the highest-paid athletes in the world. Her legacy has been confirmed and set in stone. Serena Williams continues to set a standard for women of color in sports. However, despite these achievements, Serena's relationship with Alexis wasn't as rosy as people thought. Keep watching as we unveil more details about this. Trouble in paradise. Serena and Alexis's union began attracting social media users' attention, who suspected something was amiss with the couple. She made a social media post that sparked divorce rumors among some of her fans. The tennis legend posted on X, formerly Twitter, suggesting that someone was stealing her joy. It read, "I don't know who needs to hear this. Maybe no one. But if someone, even someone close to you, is robbing you of your joy, it's okay to walk away." The post prompted fans to speculate whether she was on the verge of ditching her husband, Alexis Ohanian. Many ex-users reacted with mixed opinions, saying divorce was appropriate, but others held differing views. If that someone close to you is your spouse, you try to work it out rather than walk away because there's no such thing as a perfect marriage, one user replied. Another person responded, "If your spouse is robbing you of your joy, what is there to work out? That's not an imperfect marriage, that's hell. You are not in that situation, are you? We cannot deal with bad news at the moment," another added. In July, there were rumors when followers said Serena was not posting her spouse on social media. Days later, she somewhat quelled the gossip by uploading a picture of herself, her husband, Ohanian, and their oldest daughter, Alexis Olympia. Someone else who noticed their new photo said, "I didn't hear any rumors, but if you go on her page, she has no pics of him anymore, and she was not following him. I saw that last week, and it was weird. But also, this pic could be old." People also noticed that Serena had spent a good length of time in Europe for the Paris Fashion Week with her family, but Alexis appeared missing from all the photos. Alexis Ohanian was present for a live discussion at the Cannes Lions Festival in late June. Media users assumed that was the only reason he was not present with her for red carpets. Although Serena Williams did not confirm that the person robbing her joy was her husband, Alexis, the last image featuring her husband was posted in August 2023. Her missing wedding ring in recent pictures and lack of a Father's Day post have also fueled the speculation. Alexis Ohanian has been her date for most red carpet events for nearly a decade. However, he was not by Serena's side for this year's Met Gala, which she attended with Venus, nor was he present for the premiere of her upcoming docuseries, In the Arena, Serena Williams. Although they have tried to quell the divorce rumors with an Instagram post or two, it has not done much to kill the doubts from social media users. The alleged divorce, which seemed to be a source of heartbreak for many fans of the sports legend, might just be made out of speculations alone because, on the 16th of November 2024, the couple posed in a picture with their 2 daughters to celebrate their 7th anniversary. Their dazzling smiles were all the conviction needed to quell the divorce rumors. However, something else gave Williams's fans some heartache. Her retirement was near.
I don't know, I'm getting closer to the light, so that's... I love playing though, it's amazing, but it's like, I can't do this.
During a candid interview with Vogue magazine on the 9th of August, 2022, Serena Williams announced her desire to retire from tennis for good. She shared her sadness on realizing she had to move on from the tennis world. Her daughter, Olympian Ohanian, commented about wanting to be a big sister, and this made Serena question her choice to continue tennis, while she wanted to expand her family. She expressed her sadness at leaving the sport because, according to her, it was the essence of what her identity as Serena Williams stood for. She also mentioned not thinking too much about starting a family when she was younger, and more about getting better at tennis. Serena Williams disclosed how she could barely talk about the need for her to retire, or in her words, evolve, without feeling a lump in her throat. She could only speak out loud about it with her therapist. She mentioned other notable tennis legends who had felt relieved to retire. All she felt on that crossroad was sadness and pain. The decision was one made out of a sense of obligation to family. In the Vogue interview, she said, "If I have to choose between building my tennis resume and building my family, I would choose the latter." This decision earned her more respect from fans and colleagues alike.
For Serena Williams here. the greatest of all time, now knows that her time...
Serena Williams bowed gracefully in a black Nike dress design encrusted with star-like crystals and a ballerina skirt. ESPN famously recorded a staggering 4.6 million viewers for what was referred to as Serena's final twirl, and the game boasted of a star-studded attendance. How has the news of her retirement influenced others in the industry? Has the transition from sports champion to family woman been smooth? How have her decisions impacted other women globally? Serena's life transformation. Serena Williams is not new to challenges, which might explain why a life-altering decision like retirement did not completely break her. Over the years, she has suffered from traumatic experiences that have only helped shape her optimistic view of life. In 2003, she dealt with trauma after her half-sister Yetunde Price lost her life in a drive by shooting in Compton. She has also drawn criticism for her form-fitting outfits, especially at the 2018 French Open. She suffered life-threatening complications during the birth of her daughter, which required 4 surgeries. However, none of these traumatic events shook her to give up. She showed up on the court to give her best till the day she said goodbye to the sport. Her retirement was a memory that would remain in the history of sports for a long time. In a publication by Curtis Bunn in National Broadcasting Company News, he praised her for being a sports star. He said, "When Serena Williams retires from tennis, whether after the upcoming US Open or sometime later, she will leave a legacy as the most dominant and influential women's player in the game's history." Over 2 decades, Serena used her competitive spirit to obliterate opponents and record wins, earning 23 Grand Slam singles titles among 73 career singles championships. She earned 10 major titles after 30 years old when some players looked to retire. After Serena Williams gave birth, her body experienced a transformation due to postpartum, and she embraced every part of the experience. On the 13th of February 2024, Glamour magazine United Kingdom shared Serena's stance on her postpartum body. In a post she made, the caption reflected on her body's journey from the winner of tournaments to a maker of children. It said, "Loving yourself is essential. I find that I have to remind myself of that self-love through all the different stages of my life. Right now, I love that my body is not picture perfect. I love that I smell like milk. That milk sustains Adira. I love getting to know a new version of my body," she wrote, telling followers, "It is a change, but it's a change that has been well worth it." Her honesty and openness about issues like postpartum weight gain touched the roots of matters concerning womenfolk because of how real and raw she came across. In a 2019 interview with Allure magazine, Serena opened up about how pregnancy changed her body after she gave birth to her first daughter, Olympia. "After I came out of the hospital, I had a stomach, but I thought, this is kind of cool," she told the publication. "I have a stomach because the baby was there." 1 year later, in 2020, Williams told British Vogue that she's never been a person that has been like, "I want to be a different color," or "I want my skin tone to be lighter." She once shared her need to want to fit into a beloved denim skirt she owns, and she just couldn't fit into it. She worked on losing weight and eating right, and then she could fit into the skirt. Some criticized her for reinforcing artificial beauty standards. Someone made a funny comment saying, "Justice for the behind." One thing was clear at least. Everyone admired Serena Williams for her humility, honesty, and sporting prowess. Serena has received great praise from her colleagues and other talented sports people. 4-time WNBA champion and 6-time WNBA All-Star, Cheryl Swoops, had this to say about Serena Williams. "I love her story. I love where she comes from. I love how her dad was a part of her life." Swoops continued, "I love what she represented for black women. She wasn't your typical tennis player dominating or a size 2. She's a full-figured, gorgeous, strong black woman. I love how she embraces it even when people talk about her size and outfits." 4-time Grand Slam winner Naomi Osaka seems to have followed Serena's legacy. She admitted that she started playing tennis because of Serena Williams. "Her legacy is more than her being Serena," Osaka, Haitian and Japanese, told Tennis World magazine in October 2021. "I started playing because of her. I'm sure many other girls started playing because of her, so she built champions. I think passing it down is how the newer generations get inspired." 2-time NCAA champion and 3-time Olympic gold medalist Lisa Fernandez had nothing but respect and admiration for the tennis trailblazer. She said, "It's hard to be great for a season, for 2 seasons, and she was able to do it for the lifespan of her career." Fernandez said, "Hers is a tremendous story, not only for what she was able to achieve as an athlete, but also for being a role model for the world in terms of the strength of women." Three-time Olympic gold medalist and four-time world champion Jackie Joyner-Kersee also praised the tennis legend. "As they got into their career, I watched them play every chance I got," Joyner-Kersee said. "What I admire most about Serena throughout her career is her tenacity and the inner strength she demonstrated to compete at the highest level. She faced obstacles, but at each match, she went out and showed that she was the best in the game." In 2017, British Broadcasting Corporation sport users selected Williams as the greatest female tennis player of the Open era. In 2018, a Tennis.com panel arrived at the same conclusion. Many players, commentators, and sports writers regard Williams as the greatest female tennis player ever. In 2020, the Tennis Channel ranked Williams as the greatest female tennis player in history. Their role in encouraging diversity and inclusivity in tennis and other male-dominated sports cannot be overemphasized. However, what lies ahead for the sports star after her retirement? Let's find out. From tennis icon to entrepreneur. In August 2009, Serena and Venus became minority owners of the Miami Dolphins after purchasing a small stake in the team. According to the Dolphins, they are the first African-American women to hold any amount of ownership in an NFL franchise. Years later, Williams attended a J.P. Morgan Chase conference that highlighted that only 2.4% of all venture capital funding went to women-led startups, and a stark racial disparity between white men and people of color in venture capital firms across the globe. This inspired her to make a change in the venture capital investing landscape. In 2022, she transitioned from her long and record-shattering tennis career into full-time private investing with her very own investment firm, Serena Ventures. Williams founded Serena Ventures in 2014 in Washington, D.C., along with Allison Rappaport Stillman, with a vision to support founders whose perspectives and innovations level the playing field for women and people of color. However, she only made the firm public through an April 2019 Instagram post. It is headquartered in the San Francisco Bay Area, California, and actively pursues early-stage, Series A, B, C, and seed investments. Serena Ventures boasts a diverse portfolio of 64 companies across the consumer products and services, information technology, TMT, healthcare, e-commerce, and wellness industries. According to the firm's website, 53% of these companies are founded by women, and 76% have founders with historically underrepresented backgrounds.
So I thought it was necessary for me to enter in a legit way. And so I just kept building Serena Ventures for years, and now here we are, we're raising our first fund.
In an interview with Vogue in August 2022, Williams clarified that her future lies with her family and Serena Ventures. The six-employee firm had only recently received $111 million worth of foreign funding to empower its venture capital pursuits. Her latest investment has been in Karat, a tech startup that aims to help African-American software engineers get hired. For the record, the company's portfolio includes 79% founders from underrepresented groups, 54% women founders, 47% Black founders, and 11% Latino founders. Williams founded Serena Ventures, along with Allison Rappaport Stillman, with a vision to support founders whose perspectives and innovations level the playing field for women and people of color. Serena estimates that 14 of her portfolio companies have achieved unicorn status, a term given only to startups that have reached $1 billion valuation. "I've invested in over 85 companies, and I also have about 14 unicorns," Serena shared via TikTok. The success of Serena's investment strategy clearly shows that investing in female and underrepresented founders is beneficial. Megan Thorpe, portfolio manager at Ignite IR, disclosed that Serena Williams' venture investing is a testament to her determination, paralleling her athletic career where focus and perseverance were key. Her portfolio of 14 unicorns reflects a strategic emphasis on grit, a quality she personifies. Despite the low representation of female founders, and even less among non-white women, the impact when they do break through is significant. Her relentless pursuit of empowering women and people of color in the venture capital sector will inspire many to follow suit and change the industry for the better. She has not stopped at business only. Her entrepreneurship spread into the makeup industry. While announcing the launch of her cosmetics line, Win Beauty, Serena shared, "As I evolved and remained active both on and off the court, I needed products I could apply at 7 a.m. before a full day of meetings, spending time with my kids, making time for the things I love and still look good at the end of the day. I needed makeup that could truly move with me. That's the intention behind Win Beauty. Serena Williams founded Win Beauty through a joint venture partnership with the Good Glam Group, known for its impressive portfolio of leading beauty and personal care brands across global markets. Serena Williams is indeed a figure worthy of emulation, but is her marriage truly hitting the rocks, or is it all just speculation? Are fans overthinking the signs or reading them wrong? Serena Williams has proved that among her many talents, keeping her private matters private is top of the list, so we might never know the status of her marriage with Reddit co-founder Alex Ohanian in real time. The media will always have a microscopic vision of celebrities' lives, like Serena Williams, and we will always be here to dish out every scoop. What are your thoughts about these? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe to this channel. Before you go, click the link on your screen for more videos like this.